Oh, how? I'm tired. I'm already talking to this guy. Oh shit, you're throwing me right into it. Fuck. Dyson, man, my guy. Did I already say what I... This is moving at a breakneck speed. This is moving at a breakneck speed. And so I guess I got the answer right because... I guess this... I feel like I'm waiting a long time to figure out whether I got this sheet right. So he did do it. Is that what he's admitting it? He's telling me that he did it? I didn't think this was gonna go so easily. The last guy that I confronted like this immediately tried to kill me. You know, I'm a bit of an amateur philosopher myself. Speaking of space, Neil. When I'm not too busy ignoring my family or doing my job, I like to do I do some freelance philosophy. Joseph Banny. So he did. He's definitely. There's no way he can get out of. There's no way he can get out of saying this was him, at this point. Jovia. I haven't. I don't know what any of these words are. I've seen them over and over again. I know they're the planets, but they don't mean anything to me. You've given me no reason to care about any of these things. This would have been better if it was just set on Earth. I don't think this game being set in space adds anything to it. It just confuses me. You could have still had sectors. But it should have just been Earth countries. It should have just been Earth countries unless you were gonna, like... If you're not traveling between planets, if you're not going to different planets and, like, learning the world... That's the big problem I have with how lore-focused this game is. It puts me on one planet that could just as easily be a future Earth. And it says you have to care about this whole fucking solar system. and its politics. And I'm like, like, I'm not seeing different people. I'm not going, like, people from different planets are just also humans. It's a human planet culture, and I only see one of them. So it might as well be Earth. I've not been reading this dialogue for ages. I'm not gonna know what this scene was about until I replay the footage later. Gary, the chief, does this go all the way up? Are the liberators in all areas of the government? Or is he, Alright. What? Alright. I was... I feel like what he said is that, whether I arrest him has nothing to do with what they're gonna do to my daughter. So I might as well just arrest him. I was seeing if this game was gonna put me in an actual tough decision for once. I don't think it has. I think that this has nothing to do with whether my daughter lives or dies. Shameful. You should have killed my whole family. You should have said, actually, they're on their way to pick up your wife right now. Your ex-wife. He's surprisingly forthcoming with information, this guy. Albert. I knew his name was Albert. I remembered that. I've brought it up on my own before, I think. Okay. There we go. I did arresting him. This might be a long chapter. This might be a return to the long chapters. Oh, did I call ahead? Conrad is my last name. Everybody has Earth names too. Like, you put me on a planet, you show me everybody's humans, and then everybody has normal Earth names. You got buildings that look like Earth buildings, and you're getting on regular subways. The only thing you got future cars. You got sweet future cars and cyber limbs. But the only thing that's space about it is the names of the countries and the names of the political units and the histories of them. And you tell me I to care about it. That would be all well and good. That's fine if you want to do that to me. Like, just be like, it's set in space. Who gives a shit? But what you've done is say, it's set in space, give a shit, or we'll kill your daughter. That's just not cool. Now I'm getting a phone call. Evelyn Moore. Oh. Listen, lady. Oh, that. No, I did find her husband. That's true. That happened. I'm just lying to this. You didn't give me a choice whether I should lie to this lady. I thought this was another, like, Ed situation where I promised her I would do something and I didn't do it. But I'm pretty sure, I don't think, actually I might have had a choice. I could have arrested James Moore or something. Listen, if it's a choice between my family and this lady's family, that's not a choice. That's not a question. Don't expect me to side with someone else's family over my own. That's not a good moral decision. Who the fuck would I did it. Hooray. Well, apparently there's bigger fish to fry. I'm not even sure which planet we're on. I don't know which planet we're on. I don't know who's at war with who. Here we go. Neil's talking.
Write a report on my findings in the
It's been a while.
case, but I wasn't able to concentrate for even a second. First, I needed to wait for my colleagues to go home to be alone with Saito. He always worked late. But then what? What if he refused to help me? The idea of having to force him was devastating. He was my friend, after all. When I managed not to think about it anymore, a much more dire thought crept up on me. Laura might die tonight. And if she did, it would be my fault.
Would it though? Oh, because I have to answer this homework correctly. Well, I don't know, man. 594-46032. Is it I can submit this whenever I want? Apparently. Do I have information I can find, or am I supposed to have already have the information? Am I sneaking into a top secret federal vault location? Oh, we're still at the CDI. Oh, we gotta talk to Saito. Saito! Where are ya? I apparently gotta put a gun to your head for some reason. Why Saito? Was this explained anywhere other than just all of a sudden? Oh gosh. So it was. I was like, am I not allowed to go down here? You put me at the top of a building. You put me at the top of the building. Why have you done this to me? Am I missing something? Have I supposed to have been looking at things? No, not this one. This one. Doesn't look like it. But I didn't have that on for a while. If I have to walk back up to the top of the building after this. Saito, there you are. Fuck's sake. Nope. Apparently that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Am I just supposed to be submitting that sheet? Is this whole section about me doing homework? Looking through my emails and conversation logs? Because if that's the case, I'm not happy about it. I'm not excited about that. Or what? Does it say? No, it says submit the sheet. So yeah. The data about the... Okay. I think... okay, hold on. There was the Sector... I saw something about the Sector 2 incident. When he was talking. He said something about the Sector 2 incident, didn't he? I wish you could Control F this. Wish you could Control F the logs. Sector 2. No. Wait. Was the church at Sector 2? This isn't about the data. None of this is about the data, is it? The data I've been wanting to get my hands on. Did you have a look at it? Okay. Sector 2 incident. Correct. The data is about the Sector 2 incident that took place in blank on blank. But just as importantly, Saviants don't believe. Like, I don't care. I don't care about their views. I don't care about their beliefs. Saviant. What are the options? Oh, it's the date and a planet. Drovia. I think it was Drovia. Was it Trovia? Hold on, I missed. I got lost. I've lost it again. Boy. Why did he tell me everything I need to? Is he trying to help me get my Is this the choice? Is this homework? Seriously, this homework is whether my daughter lives or dies. I lost it. Where is it? I'm looking for the line. I'm looking for the line I found earlier. Did you have a chance to look at the data I'm trying to get my hands on? That's the words I'm looking for. Did you do that? Did you look at? And then Neil says, "No, I didn't." That's what I'm looking at. Can you point at the screen? Point at the screen and tell me if you see those words. Say stop when you see. Did you get a chance to look at that data? There it is. Saviance. It's Drovia. When was it? When was the Sector 2 incident? Was this in not my emails? Was this in the news? What are the options? So the newest option is 18 years ago. But how long is a year? You know, I don't think... in an outer space world you would have year, month, date, time. I don't think you would have a calendar that was year, month, date in an interplanetary society. See, when you give me all this lore, you're gonna make me start nitpicking. When you start making me look at lore, you're gonna start making me start nitpicking. It doesn't make any sense for them to catalog date with year, month, day. If they're in outer space world. I have to look through all this, don't I? History to go. I saw something about history. Gara. Nope. This is Sector 1 incident. Sector 2. Sector 2 incident in 1800 on Gara. Is that right? No, Drovia. It is Drovia? Oh my god. Sector 2 was supposed... Is Sector 2 on Drovia? Sector 2 incident. Drovia. Permanent end to New Duran's colonization efforts on Drovia. Sector 2 incident in 1840. Or 1800 on Drovia. And once again... Why would they give me homework? They want to know what the data is about. The question that I'm faced with right now is, what is the data about? If I said the Sector 2 incident, they would know what I'm talking about. Because it's called the Sector 2 incident. That's what it says in the news. In multiple history segments on the news Bluetooth, it refers to this thing that happened as the Sector 2 incident. And yet, which is what I got from the conversation with what's-in-face, Dyson, in the emails, or in the when I talked to him on the train. Mr. Dyson, CEO, had super boogeyman told me that it was about the Sector 2 incident. Realistically, that's all the information I need. But this fucking game says, no, you need to learn about the Sector 2 incident or we're gonna kill your daughter. Fuck you, man. Never had such... Is the Liberators full of history professors? Is the real secret organization and goal behind everything that's going down right now that we didn't pay enough attention in history class? They think that people in this world just don't know enough about what happened 40 years ago. Don't immediately threaten him. Okay. Oh, I have to hack into some computers. Was this is this all for two-factor authentication or like the what security questions? Is the security system based on a history lesson? I vaguely remember it from the last episode. We need Saito because he's good with computers. Oh, giving them a backdoor into the computers. Saito's giving me a... I'm giving him the data. They're not just criminals, Saito. They're super criminals. You don't understand. These criminals, even if we don't do what they want, we're still not gonna get at them. Fine. So we did what they said though, right? But also we did multiple things. We did a compromise. I'm telling him not to give the data to him. Alright, are we getting on a train now? Oh no, we're having a meeting. I was right, it's a long episode, but a lot of that was me reading the history, me reading my textbooks. I don't remember. That's fine. I had trainings. I'm a trained policeman. Gear up. There we go. His call. That's right. Gary, I've never been happier to have you as my temporary boss. I've never been happy to have you as my temporary boss. But this once I'll make the exception. The roof. But we're leaving the location. So I'm gonna figure out where it's gonna save my game at. We're gonna find out. I think we got the sheet right. I think the rest of how this go. I don't know if there's gonna be more choices. Actually, I don't want to make any grand proclamations. Next episode, we should find out whether Laura's gonna live or whether Laura's gonna get her head blown off. God, we're still talking.
And opened up the folder. My heart was pounding. For a moment, it looked like the data wouldn't load, but then the files started appearing on the screen.
Or are we looking through them? Or are we sending them?
Pictures and videos. They were decades old. Most of them dated 1799 or 1800. Their confidentiality level was one I'd never seen before. This was the type of data the Garian network would instantly pick up and trace, both to its receiver and back to its sender. It made sense to physically hand-deliver it if one wished to remain anonymous. I didn't know where to begin, so I opened up the very first file in the list, the oldest one.
Are we supposed to be reading these?
It was a document sent from someone at the Department of Commerce to the director.
Did they tell us to do this?
At the time, Amelia Thorne. Now,
or are we being sneaky?
In charge of the Justice Department. My eyes widened as I skimmed over the paragraphs. When I was done reading the letter, I checked the time. 20 more minutes. I sat down and opened up the second one, then the third. As the conversation went on, a plan was hatched between a handful of politicians.
And now you're gonna dump on me everything that happened behind the scenes of the stuff I didn't read.
Most of the names. Some might have been pseudonyms. I stopped looking at the files halfway through and let my head sink onto the backrest. Even though they had used
backrest on a public bench, that's not.
The goal and purpose of the operation were abundantly clear. The failure of Sector 2
not a public bench, but a public style bench. Not comfortable is what I'm saying.
To gain sole access to Drovia's resources, and given its strategic importance at the time, ultimately retained supremacy over the solar system. My head was spinning while I tried to figure out what all of it meant for the present, and for me. I had long doubted the integrity of the CDI. Was it still rotten to the core, or had things changed? I didn't know about any ongoing operations that were breaching interplanetary law, but then most agents at the time of the Sector 2 incident hadn't known either, and some of the things I did know about, I didn't want to think about them too much. Now what? On the one hand, the public had a right to know. The culprits had to be found and brought to justice. Reparations had to be paid to the affected families and businesses. On the other hand, if the truth came out, the liberators would win. Savient extremists might be emboldened enough to take control of the colony and declare independence. If that happened, Gara would send its ships, and New Joran might send theirs to back up their Savient brethren, and to finally gain access to the planet's Telenium, of course, if their side won. Hundreds might die, thousands even. Time was running out. I tapped the contact of a journalist I had met a while back. I still hadn't made a decision when I heard the dial tone. The data would probably go through if I decided to send it, but there was no way in hell it wouldn't be traced back to me.
Are we making a decision now? Is this a choice we're making? So we're not supposed, they don't know what we've just been doing just all this whole time. Is that what I'm hearing? Reporter with the Garian Gazette. I'm going to prison. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm going to prison. Are we gonna have a chapter in the prison? That'd be pretty cool. Like in the Yakuza games, there's all the prison chapters. Am I gonna get into some brawls? Some lunchroom brawls? Yes, Gary. Good. Let's, yeah. Sure thing. Where did Neil go? Oh. Gary's going too. We're flying. We're taking the airplanes. Saving. That means that is the new chapter. That means that we're good next time. See you next time.